Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet, or even a whole system, is insignificant next to the power of the Force. Darth Vader, Star Wars, Episode 4. What if the Star Wars saga isn't about a struggle between the Rebel Alliance and the Empire, but instead about a struggle within our own psyche? Although it has become commonplace to view Star Wars through the lens of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, another interpretation that provides rich opportunity for thematic depth is to view the Star Wars saga as an expression of Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung's individuation process. This new perspective will not only change how you view the original trilogy, but also reveal principles you can implement to deepen your self-awareness and enhance your well-being. Welcome to Pondering Psyche, where we dive deep into psychology, philosophy, and big ideas that make you go, In this episode, we delve into the shadowy realm of the Force, where light and darkness coexist, and the true struggle lies not in the external battles, but within the psyche itself. Together, we'll explore how Luke Skywalker's journey reflects the Jungian process of individuation as he confronts his shadow, integrates his dark father, and emerges as a balanced and self-aware Jedi. Join us as we reframe the Star Wars mythos through a Jungian lens, revealing deeper layers of meaning that expand our personal growth and psychological well-being. Why should Jungian themes in Star Wars matter to you? Because they illuminate our own psychological battles, reflecting our struggles with the shadow, helping us understand and integrate our darker aspects, all while keeping sight of a healing light that shines the way forward. These insights lead to greater self-awareness, balance, and authenticity, inspiring personal transformation and a deeper sense of purpose. So join us as we rocket through a galaxy far, far away to uncover the Jungian shadows lurking within the Star Wars universe, revealing a psychological battlefield that reflects deeper truths about ourselves. Chapter 1: The Call to Self-Discovery. The Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars, Episode 4. In the beginning of the Star Wars saga, we meet Luke Skywalker, a naive farm boy living on the desert planet of Tatooine. Dreaming of adventure and yearning for a life beyond the confines of his mundane existence, Luke embodies the unawakened ego, unaware of the vast potential and inner conflicts within him. His initial state reflects a common human experience, a sense of dissatisfaction and the desire for something greater, yet lacking the awareness and understanding to pursue it. Integral to Luke's development is Princess Leia, who not only catalyzes his entire journey through the holographic message contained within R2-D2, but who also serves as his anima, a Jungian concept representing the feminine aspect of his psyche. According to Jung, the anima is pivotal in a man's psychological development, associated with qualities like emotion, creativity, and a connection to the collective unconscious, which in Star Wars terms can be thought of as an aspect of the Force. Unlike Han Solo, whose demeanor is overtly masculine, Luke presents a blend of qualities. He exhibits nurturing and empathetic traits which might be seen as traditionally feminine. This nuanced portrayal suggests Luke's connection with his anima. Leia, with her feminine appearance coupled with assertive leadership qualities, mirrors the animus, the masculine within the feminine. Thus, Luke and Leia as brother and sister personify each other's internal gender opposites, enriching their paths towards individuation. Leia's strength, wisdom, and leadership contrast with Luke's innocence and naivete, providing a beacon for his transformation. Their first encounter through the iconic holographic message is not just a call to rescue her, but a symbolic invitation for Luke to embark on his path of individuation. Leia's role as the anima highlights the importance of integrating the unconscious feminine elements within the male psyche, setting the stage for Luke's heroic journey towards self-awareness and psychological wholeness. Chapter 2, Confronting the Shadow. The journey towards individuation necessitates a direct encounter with the shadow, which according to Carl Jung is the dark, unacknowledged aspects of the psyche. For Luke Skywalker, this encounter first takes place when he returns to the moisture farm to find his Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru burned to death. This harrowing moment is Luke's first real engagement with the shadow, shattering his innocent view of the world and setting him off on his journey. With everything destroyed and nothing left for him on Tatooine, Luke is propelled into the wider galaxy, seeking meaning, purpose, and a subconscious desire to reconcile with the Father. The confrontation with darkness intensifies with the destruction of Alderaan. As Obi-Wan Kenobi senses the atrocity, he remarks, "I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silent," representing an expression of Jung's concept of the collective unconscious, in which the collective psychic suffering of billions of lives impacts the awareness of the individual, marking a profound confrontation with overwhelming impersonal evil. This scene mirrors an incident from Carl Jung's own dreams, in which his twilight consciousness presaged the horrors of World War I. Later, Luke, Obi-Wan, and the others infiltrate the Death Star, Darth Vader's impenetrable space fortress. Vader, anticipating a decisive confrontation, states, "Escape is not his plan. I must face him alone." During their ensuing lightsaber duel, Obi-Wan reveals his true purpose in facing off against an obviously overpowered adversary, warning Vader, "If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine." This scene marks a critical juncture for Luke as he watches his mentor fall at Vader's hand, confronting him with the harsh realities of evil and mortality. However, Obi-Wan's death transcends physical loss, echoing the Jungian archetype of the wise old man. His sacrifice signifies a psychic death and rebirth, allowing him to merge with the Force, the narrative symbol of the collective unconscious. This transformation enables Obi-Wan to continue guiding Luke from beyond, illustrating the profound influence and eternal presence of the mentor. Obi-Wan's transition into the Force highlights his role as a lasting source of wisdom that Luke can draw upon in critical moments, such as the climactic battle to destroy the Death Star later in the film, as Obi-Wan's legacy serves as a beacon for Luke's ongoing quest for identity and mastery over self. Luke's next significant encounter with the Shadow occurs on the icy planet of Hoth. His brutal encounter with the Wampa, a stark animus figure symbolizing raw, destructive masculine energy, serves as a trial on his path. This physical and psychological challenge leaves him battered, teetering on the edge of life and death. This ordeal not only tests his resilience, but also heralds his initiation into the realm of the wounded healer, a Jungian archetype that embodies healing through personal suffering. In this death-like state, Luke's vision of Obi-Wan urging him to seek out Yoda on Dagobah acts as a mystical summons. The wise old man represents a guide into the deeper realms of consciousness and healing. Luke's journey to Dagobah, a planet shrouded in mist and dominated by water, symbolizes a plunge into the depths of the unconscious, a place where personal and collective shadows must be confronted. This transformative episode, marked by near death and spiritual awakening, underlies the Jungian notion of the wounded healer. Luke, having endured and survived the Wampa's assault, begins to harness his injuries not as mere scars, but as sources of strength. This shift prepares him for the profound tasks ahead, integrating his shadow and emerging with a deeper understanding of the Force and himself, setting the stage for his continued struggle against the dark forces, both around and within him. As we arrive at the midpoint of our exploration into the Jungian themes within Star Wars, Pondering Psyche asks if you're extracting value out of this discussion that you please like, subscribe, and share this content with others so that we can continue to produce compelling explorations of humanity's greatest philosophical, psychological, and intellectual ideas. Chapter 3: Descent into the Abyss. Luke, you're going to find that many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars, Episode 5. As Luke Skywalker's journey unfolds, the Shadow's influence intensifies, echoed by the emergence of the wounded healer archetype. Fresh from his harrowing encounter with the Wampa, an animus figure representing raw, destructive masculine energy, under the guidance of the wise and ancient Jedi Master, Luke faces rigorous challenges that test his physical and psychological endurance. These trials are vital for Luke, embodying the journey of the wounded healer, where personal affliction fosters a deeper capacity to heal others. This stage of Luke's development is not just about mastering the Force, it's about understanding and integrating the pain and discovery from his earlier trials into a profound empathy and strength, essential qualities for any true healer. During his training on the murky, swamp-covered Dagobah, Luke faces a chilling experience in the shadowy cave, there confronted by a vision of himself as Darth Vader. Luke grapples with the realization that the same potential for darkness within Vader also resides within him. This potent symbol of his shadow self underscores the depth of the inner battle we must wage to overcome our darkness and achieve psychic wholeness. The chapter reaches a pivotal climax when Luke learns the harrowing truth. Darth Vader, the Dark Father, is the Father. This revelation, coupled with the physical loss of his hand during their duel, forces Luke into the ultimate confrontation with his shadow. The loss of his hand is profoundly symbolic. Jung might suggest that the right hand does not know what the left is doing, highlighting the disconnect between Luke's conscious ideals and the darker impulses of his unconscious. The severing of his hand embodies this schism, making Luke a literal wounded healer. This archetype suggests that healing comes not from invulnerability, but through embracing one's wounds and vulnerabilities. Luke's journey mirrors the therapeutic process where the healer must be open to their own wounds to facilitate healing. His physical and emotional scarring enables him to empathize deeply with the suffering of others, setting the stage for his eventual attempt to heal not only himself, but also his father, his Vader, Darth Vader. This foreshadows the transformative potential of Luke's next steps, where the healer becomes the healing, intertwining his destiny with the redemption of his father in the saga's next chapter. Chapter 4: Integration and Transformation. It is the name of your true self you've only forgotten. Luke Skywalker, Star Wars, Episode 6. Finally, Luke Skywalker's journey into Jungian individuation reaches its climax. The chapter begins with Luke receiving a robot hand, a poignant symbol tying him directly to his father. This prosthetic limb represents the initial steps of integrating his shadow, merging part of his father's robotic identity with his own. The narrative progresses to the final confrontation with Vader, a pivotal moment that showcases Luke's growth and his ongoing process of shadow integration. As he duels Vader, Luke's actions reflect his newfound understanding and control over his internal conflicts, demonstrating a mature handling of his darker impulses. The chapter reaches its emotional climax with the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. Luke's decision to embrace compassion over vengeance allows him to perceive the wounded man beneath Vader's armor, transforming a son's love into a powerful act of redemption and both individual and societal healing. This poignant moment where Luke helps his father shed the Vader persona illustrates the culmination of Luke's individuation process. Witnessing his father's vulnerability and humanity, Luke not only redeems Anakin, but also solidifies his own integrated identity, achieving a profound inner peace and understanding of the dualities within. Chapter 5, Individuation Achieved. As the saga concludes, we witness Luke Skywalker's evolution from a naive farm boy to a wise Jedi, fully aware of the complexity of his strengths and vulnerabilities. His journey through the galaxy is not just a battle against the dark forces outside, but a profound internal struggle embracing the entire spectrum of his psyche. The presence of Leia as Luke's anima resurfaces in the finale. Leia, representing the inner feminine, has been instrumental in guiding Luke towards emotional balance and understanding, culminating in his final actions that define his character's wholeness. Her leadership and strength have been a mirror for Luke's own journey, integrating his inner femininity, which complements his masculine persona, thus achieving a balance between action and empathy, strength and care. This final chapter, a symbolic representation of individuation achieved through the reconciliation of dualities within Luke. The anima and animus embodied by Leia and Luke reflect the essential balance between male and female aspects and the light and darkness embodied by the Force within each individual. The unity of Luke and Leia not only signifies the personal growth of each character, but also the universal quest for balance and understanding within ourselves, a true individuation achieved. As we conclude our introduction into the Jungian elements of Star Wars, I invite you to discover your own psychological interpretations of the Star Wars universe. How do the challenges you face mirror Luke Skywalker's journey of individuation? And if today's Jungian exploration of Star Wars has sparked a flame of curiosity within you, let's keep that flame alive by clicking on this video for a deep dive into the horrific absurdity of the Kafkaesque. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more psychological and philosophical content to improve your quality of life and unlock the mysteries of your inner world.